Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Marnes. Right now. That was for you, Marnes. That was for you. Right now. Hey, Rhonda. I'm doing good. How you doing? How you feeling? Hello, 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 Bernice. What is up, Glow Getters? What is up? How's everybody's Sunday? How's everybody's weekend? What's happening, y'all? Talk to me. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that, Rhonda. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. What's up, what's up, what's up? I had a great day today. It was busy, but productive busy. It was good. That good busy, you know, where you get things done. Had a session with my soul sister, Marnie. We had some laughs and some aha moments, so that was nice. Very nice. Had a chat with my sister, a brief one, but still had a good chat. It is my godmother's birthday today and one of my closest and dearest friends. So overall, good day, good energy day. Yes. Yes, you can. Yeah, good energy day today. So I hope that you guys all had good energy as well. What are we at here? We're on December 6th. I want to say the new moon is coming up soon. Right? Because the full moon was what? November 30th? Yeah, the full moon was November 29th, November 30th. So usually about 2.5 weeks after the full moon is the new moon. So yeah, we're probably coming up on the new moon pretty soon, which is nice because the new moon is about new beginnings, starting new projects, and that's actually quite aligned with the messages for the week. So, hey Bonnie. So that's good. We're catching that energy of the new moon, which is nice. You guys probably know already, but I love the moon. I love, love, love the moon. Very drawn to the moon and to water, which makes sense because the moon has an effect on water. The moon changes the water somehow, the energy of the water. So it, yeah, it makes sense that I love both. All right, who's ready? Who is ready for some weekly messages? I will hold up the stacks. So anybody who hasn't picked a stack, I think you've all picked. Anybody joining that hasn't picked a stack, I will hold them up. The first stack is number 1, which is the white stone. This was the stack on the left in the picture. Stack number 1. Stack number 2 is the yellow stone, the raven stone. And stack number 3 is the, hold them all together. So there we go. Is the blue stone, the eagle stone. That was the stack on the right. Yeah, on the right. Okay, ready? Let's do it. So stack number 1 again is the clear stone, the white stone. And we have, okay, we have the 5 of crystals. Sorry, these cards are huge, so, and they're picking up the ring light. Maybe if I tilt it up like this, is that any better? No? Kind of. 5 of crystals. So the crystals in a traditional tarot are the pentacles. And I think this card has come up a few times. You know, it's that feeling left out in the cold. That's somebody who's been too focused on the material things in life. It's and on material success. And this card is making me feel like she feels like she's got nowhere else to turn. See, she's been kicked out the group. They put her out the group, y'all. They put her out the group. And they bust up all her stuff. Look at this. Look at this. They bust it all up. This ring light's bugging me. Right? Oh, there we go. Hold it properly. Yeah, so they were like, take your crystals and get the hell out of here. And that's probably because she was too focused on the material wealth that was going to come from whatever witchy woo spell work, whatever magic they're creating. She was trying to monetize it. And they were like, that's not what we're about, sis. You got to go. And they're getting ready to initiate someone else. It's like out of sight, out of mind. Once you're done, you're done. And that's kind of a little bit, how life is, right? If you take advantage, if you don't focus on the right things, life will chew you up and spit you out and keep moving. So this is a reminder to us to focus more on spiritual abundance. Focus more on that. Don't focus so much on material wealth, material stability, financial success. Focus on spiritual success, spiritual wealth, spiritual abundance. Because once you get that right and balanced, everything else comes. If you don't get that right and balanced, none of the other stuff is going to come to you. And if it comes to you, it's not going to stay with you. And that's the point. That's what we really want here, is to stay. Our wealth and abundance, we want it to stay. And the only way to make that happen is to get yourself right, get your spirit self right. The next card is the clouds. And this card is about confusion and misunderstandings and clouded judgment. And again, it's not being focused on the right thing. It's being focused on, again, all this, you know, how are we making money at it? How are we monetizing this? How am I going to get rich off of this? And you're forgetting that your spiritual wealth and spiritual wellness is so much more important. And a reminder that the universe is always watching. The universe is watching, the universe is listening. So if we are speaking things we're always speaking things into existence. So I know I've said this before, you know, on this live. I've also said it many times to, you know, those of you who I work with privately. You have to be mindful of your thoughts and your words. You can't, you know, if you say that something is always going to be an issue, then it's always going to be an issue. If you say something is a work in progress, that leaves room for the universe to help you sort it out. But if you say, oh yeah, I'm always late, then you're always going to be late. You know what I'm saying? So we need to focus again, prioritize Prioritize what we really want and what's really important to us. And I'm not saying that money and financial stability and you know, abundance and all that stuff, I'm not saying it's not important and we shouldn't want those things. But understanding that to get those things, we have to be right internally, spiritually. And the only way to do that is to really focus on that and make those changes first. Then the rest of the stuff comes. Okay? So time to get out of the clouds, so to speak. Prioritize the work that we're doing, especially now, you guys, as we're coming to the end of this year. I've said it before, I'll say it again, this has been a bum year. We know this. Really, not to give it all away, but the podcast that I'm working on is very much geared towards how do we enter 2021 ahead of the game, the spiritual game. So this message is very much on target with that, very much aligned with that, and it's time. It's time. Otherwise, we're just going to repeat the last year we've just had. Maybe not exactly the same way, but it's going to be a shitstorm. So we have to get right spiritually within ourselves. Get out of the clouds, focus, believe in the universe, and believe that the universe is going to show you the way. The universe is going to show you the way out of this mess that you've created for yourself. It's watching and it's waiting to help you, but you've got to be ready. You've got to want it. And then we have the last card is the goddess Saraswati. Saraswati, I'm going to go with that. Goddess Saraswati, the goddess of mastery. She is the goddess of the Hindu goddess of art, of the arts. So art, language, knowledge, music, poetry, that kind of stuff. And she's shown up to remind you to immerse yourself in discovering who you are at your core. So again, very much on point with this message of getting to know your spiritual self, getting your spiritual self right. Saraswati shows up to remind us to do that. Get to know ourselves again. Who are we? Who are you at your core? What do you really love? Have you been chasing this promotion at work just because it's better financially, but it's going to end up killing your soul? So is this the promotion you want? Right? She's the goddess of mastery, is here to make us take a deep dive within and see what it is that really makes us get out of bed in the morning. What really drives us? What is that thing? And that's the thing that we should be focusing on, because then A, it's not going to feel like work when we're doing it. And B, even if it does feel like work, it's good work. It's happy work, because we are being fulfilled on a soul level, on a spirit level. And no job that offers us the kind of money that we would all love to make, no job is going to do that unless we choose the job from here, not from here. She's telling us to become the master of ourselves. Pursue creative hobbies. You know, pursuing those is the key, actually, to moving out of this five of Pentacles energy. So this, or Five of Crystals, you know, being left out in the cold and not knowing where to go and what do I do? And, you know, I don't know what to even focus on anymore. This one is saying, okay, if you start focusing on yourself, then you've got something to focus on. Stop focusing on this outside stuff. Stop focusing about where you're going to end up and how you're going to get out of this mess you've just made for yourself. Focus on you. What do you really want? This money that you were trying to chase and get the group to go with you, that they ended up kicking you out for, is that what you really want? Or did you just get, you know, clouded judgment, clouded tunnel vision, right? Because this is kind of like a tunnel too. So all you can see is this chaos and confusion around you. You can't see what's on the other side of it. So it's really time, group one. Again, that was the white stone for all the new people watching. It's really time to start focusing on ourselves, focusing on our spirit, on our insides, who we are, and start feeding that inner person, our spirit, our higher self. Start looking out for that person, and all the rest of this other stuff will come along. You will find that you are happy with what you have. You will find that you have more. You will be grateful for what you have, and gratitude, having an attitude of gratitude is the best way to get more. Show the universe you're thankful for what they've already given you and what they are giving you, and they'll give you more of it. If you stop and say, but it's not enough, because that's the mindset, right? When we're chasing more, we're saying that what we have isn't enough. And so the universe is like, you ungrateful cow. That's what you have, though. That's what you have right now. Why isn't that enough? How is that not enough? So having that attitude of gratitude, it invites the universe to give us more. Great message, group 1. Great message. Okay. Stack number 2 is the center stack. It's the raven, the yellow stone. What do we have? Well, okay. So we have the Master of Crystals. The Master. So the Master, otherwise also known as the King of Pentacles. Now I know in my other deck we talk about the King of Pentacles. He's the one that's, I for some reason he always pops up. I mean, this one is a bit different, obviously, and the message is a bit different, but the King of Pentacles energy seems to be around a lot for us right now in the last few weeks. In this deck, the King of Pentacles, or the Master of Crystals, he's mastered his own stability. He's figured out the game. See how this is where your third eye chakra is, right in the center of your forehead. This is where a lot of spiritually gifted people, this is where the gift comes from, the third eye and the crown chakra at the top of the head, but his is busted wide open. And it's hard to tell whether he's giving or receiving. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it looks like he's receiving that inner, or that higher knowledge, that higher power, so to speak. You got to be a master to get that. He's mastered it. He's living the high life. Like, he doesn't even need eyes. Right? Like, this is basically a skeleton, a crystal skeleton, right? He doesn't even need eyes because he sees through his third eye. So he sees all. He sees all, he knows all. He's receiving downloads from the universe, from source, whatever, God, whatever you want to call it. He's receiving these downloads. And I mean, he's just mastered it. Look at this. It's crystal, but it also looks like it could be pure gold. Like gold on the inside and then encrusted with crystal. Does it get much better than that? Can you possibly want anything more than this? Especially if you've cultivated and you've created this with the work that you've done, with the dedication and devotion that you've had to your own journey, and this is what the result was. Not a bad spot to be in. And I can see why they chose this as the picture for the crystal. I mean, also for the Master of Crystals. Also just looking at the sky above, like that sky is lit the hell up. Lit up. Like there's no darkness. Underneath him is darkness, but he's not even worried about what's underneath. He's up here. He's up here. And he's loving his life. He's got no problems. And that's where I feel like us in group 2 are this week, is that it's like we're coming full circle. You know what I mean? The mission is never complete. There's always growth. There is always change. There's always transition. But this level, this phase, it's like we're ready to level up. That's also what this is, by the way, is leveling up. He's ascending. So I feel like some of us are ascending on our journeys. We're getting to that next level, that next step. And I don't know what the hell some of y'all are manifesting. But let's just say let's just pause for the cause on this one for a minute. So you mastered, you leveled up, and look what you got. Hello. I mean, like I said, I don't know what some of you are wishing for when you're lighting your candles at night or whatever you're doing, but it's about to happen, whatever it is. Now, this card, I mean, it's the obvious: engagement ring, proposal, marriage, all that on the horizon. This card, though, also represents commitment, which, I mean, yeah. So a higher level of commitment. Maybe some of you are committing to this track, to getting yourselves here. That's the commitment you're gonna make this week. This is also about contracts or like agreements. So maybe you've been working on a contract or an agreement, maybe in work, because again, this is about stability. So it's usually about finance, career, that kind of things, pentacles in general. So perhaps there's a new agreement. Maybe it's a promotion. Maybe it's a step forward ahead in your career. Whatever it is that you've been sort of working towards with that that Master of Crystals energy, whatever it is you've been working towards, it's going to turn out in your favor. It's going to work out in your favor. So keep going is what the universe is saying. These cards are saying, keep going, because you're on the right track. And what you're working towards and what you're wanting, that's about to happen. And lastly, for this stack, we have the beautiful goddess Benzai Ten. And she happens to be the Japanese goddess of beauty. This card, or this goddess, is all about reminding us to honor ourselves as spiritual beings. Sure, we can look at our physical beauty. We can see beauty in being, financially stable and, having the right partnerships and commitments around us. But we also have to look at our spiritual beauty, our own spiritual beauty. When we honor ourselves as spiritual beings, that is when we are the most beautiful. And that is when the world around us becomes beautiful as well. So open your eyes to the wonder that's around you. Everywhere, see the beauty around you in everything. And also, and this is going to be a big one for a lot of us, when you recognize yourself and honor yourself as a spiritual being, you immediately raise the level of self-worth that you have for yourself. And this goddess is all about self-worth. I know I've talked to a couple of you in the last couple of days, and this has been a topic of conversation. So it is no accident that I pulled this card and that this was the message. But to be truly beautiful, we have to have a healthy level of self-worth. And it has to never fade, what's the word I'm looking for? Falter. Waver. That was it. Between I got stuck between waver and falter. It came out favor. But that level, there's a certain level of self-worth that the universe will respond to. And the universe will say, okay, this person deserves what's coming to them. They're ready to receive it. It's not just hitting that level, though. It's staying there and not wavering. Now, when we get higher than that, we can dip down a little bit, have our moments, have our days, but we can't stay there. We can't stay below that line. We have to stay above it. So she is definitely a reminder to see the beauty in yourself, see the beauty in the world around you, and pay attention to your self-worth. Anything you dream of, know that you are worthy of receiving it. Anything you ask the universe for, know that when the time is right, you are worthy to receive it. And if you're not, it's either not the right time or there's something better. You just haven't dreamed big enough. So really, really beautiful message for group 2. on the right track, leveling up like hell, getting some good contracts going, some good commitments. Can't sneeze at that. Can't sneeze at that. This is water, by the way. I know I posted the other day about rum and eggnog and stuff. It is literally water. I do not drink when I'm on the job. Okay, so stack number 3 is the blue, the eagle, majestic eagle. And we have, oh, I didn't even notice this. Hang on. Interesting. So, we have the Ace of Crystals. We have the Ace of Crystals. Yes, Summer, it's not vodka. I promise. The Ace of Crystals. Aces, new beginnings. Crystals, as we talked about, are pentacles in the traditional tarot, the earth sign. This is literally a new beginning, a new opportunity coming in the career or finance department, and it will be beneficial. I mean, can you imagine wandering through the, I don't know, cave, and you come across this gigantic crystal just chilling? Marnie, this is the, what is this? This is the Syrian Starseed Tarot deck. Whoops. And I almost dropped it on the floor. Not good. Let's put it right there. Sorry. Okay, so Ace of Crystals, new beginnings, specifically in career or finance. So some of us are coming up on some coin or something like that. So, yay. But I just noticed, that's why I paused, because all 3 stacks had a crystal, had the crystal cards. So this week is definitely about stability, grounding, you know, being grounded. I mean, the last one was all about self-worth. That's part of grounding, right? Pen on my hand. But I think all 3 of them really, all 3 of the messages seem to be about just being grounded, but also knowing, you know, knowing what you're doing. So new beginning coming, that's amazing. And I feel like some of us have manifested this new beginning. And because of the next card, I feel like maybe we've hesitated a little bit. So we manifested, but then we're like, but I don't know, should I ask that? Maybe it's a self-worth thing. You know, we have all these great ideas, but then our ego self gets in the way because our self-worth is not at that level. So our ego self steps in and goes, you can't want that. You're not going to get that. How dare you even think that? How dare you not think it? Right? And probably my favorite card, one of my favorite cards in this deck is the Rider. You guys, this bitch is on a black unicorn, yo. She's on a black unicorn. I mean, do I need to say anything more? I know unicorns are usually white and rainbow, but this sucker is fierce. This sucker is about getting the job done. Like, I literally look at this and I think, I don't know why, but I think Wakanda forever. Like, that unicorn is Wakanda for real, for real. Like, she's not scared of nothing. And look, she's got her lashes going. I'm trying to get the angle right. Right? She's got it, like, she's mirroring her owner, her rider. You know, she's like, I'm gonna look cute as hell, but I'm also gonna poke a bitch who gets in my way. You know what I mean? This card to me is like the Chariot. It's like the Chariot of this deck. Like, get on it and go. For God's sake, go. And it's so beautiful because remember, we have this new opportunity in career and or finance or anything to do with our stability. Because again, it's a crystal card, which is the earth, the pentacle, you know. And then we've got Spirit going, yep, it's go time. And look, her one hand is behind. She's not even holding on, probably because she's whipping that ass. She's like, let's go already, girl. And she's like, I'm going. I got you. Let's go. Like, they're working together, but they're going forward. And this is like the universe saying, go. Just go. Just go. I love it. I love it. And then finally, we have the goddess Parvati. Parvati? The Hindu goddess of devotion. And it's funny because remember I said this is about grounding and all that, this week's message for all of us. So this goddess, it's time to devote yourself to yourself. It's time to recommit to your own purpose, to reconnect with your spirit self, to believe in your greatness so that you will be great. I mean, that message kind of gave me chills a little bit because I couldn't have said it any better, right? She's reminding us that we are important. We deserve our own love. If we commit to ourselves, if we devote to ourselves and our own cause, our own purpose, and it's the spirit self, the spirit purpose. It's not, it's not this outside exterior world. It's internal, right? If we commit to our own spiritual journey, whatever that looks like, whatever, there is no right or wrong. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, there's no right or wrong to anything. But we're being called right now to commit to that. Whatever that spiritual journey is, whatever our spirit purpose is, our soul purpose, it's time to commit to that. As we close out this shitstorm year, we have to do better for the coming year. We just have to. And the only way that we're going to do that is to go within, to write our course, to correct our course and correct our path so that we can move forward. That's the only way that we're going to change the current state of this world right now in the coming year. And that's why she's come up today. That's why she's coming up for this week. It's time to, a lot of us typically start to think this time of year about New Year's resolutions. Well, what is a New Year's resolution really? It's a commitment. Now, some of us fail days, weeks, months in, right? Depending on who you are. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But we start to think about it now, right? But we're thinking about it in terms of the physical and the exterior world. Some of us want to lose a certain number of pounds. Some of us want to develop healthier eating habits or let go of poor eating habits. Live healthier lifestyles. Some of us want to commit to a hobby or, whatever it is, right? We're thinking about all these external things and making these plans for these external things. And it's kind of like I said, and I can't remember which stack it was now, but what I said about, if you don't get yourself right spiritually, if you don't get your soul and your energy right, none of that stuff is going to work, which is why a lot of people fail at their New Year's resolutions because they go about it externally. It's an external plan with an external intent. But if we start internal and get that right first, well, then all that other stuff starts to happen almost without trying, because now we're living this balanced life where we've got room energetically, spiritually, we've got room to kind of let the universe play a little bit, give us what we want, but see how much more we can take. The universe likes to test us. Don't get it twisted. The universe is not literal, but they are sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you have to be very specific and very detailed in what you ask for, because the universe wants to give us what we want. So if we ask, they're going to give it to us, but we have to make sure that we're very, very explicit, very detailed in what we're asking for, because they might give too much as a way to test us. What can we handle? Or it's more like they're giving it all to us. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a minute. I didn't want all that. I just wanted a little bit of this. You know what I mean? Hey, Rachel. An example I have is I was talking to somebody about, you know, they were looking at entering a new relationship. And so I was like, well, you got to manifest the man of your dreams, right? Because the comment, like a lot of us have, yes, right now. The comment that a lot of us have is, you know, I'm so tired of this certain pattern or this type of partner or whatever. And so I said, you know, you've got to manifest the partner that you're looking for, but you have to be specific. So when you're asking for a partner that is, that adores you, because who doesn't want a partner that adores us, right? We probably all want that. But here's the thing, is the universe will go, oh, you want a partner that adores you? Okay. And then they throw someone at you who is borderline obsessive and possessive, because their adoration is so intense. Because that's what we ask for. Someone who just adores me like they've never adored anybody before. And the universe goes, okay, that's what you want. Sure, right? So it's kind of that, be careful what you wish for, be careful what you ask for, because the universe might give it to you. So you have to be very specific in what you're asking for. But again, the work that needs to happen internally is knowing what it is that you want to begin with and knowing what you don't want, so that when you're asking the universe for it, yeah, Rachel, right? You know, when you ask the universe for it, you can say, I want this, but not this. I want a partner who adores me, but isn't obsessed with me. Then the universe goes, oh, okay, we got one of those. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Right? We have to, that's that shadow stuff as well, right? Doing the shadow work, understanding the yin to our yang within ourselves, the internal yin and yang, you know, the light and the dark, because you can't exist without both. But understanding what your shadow side is and where your triggers are, that's usually where your triggers lie. You know, then you know what to ask for. You know what to work towards. You understand yourself, whichever stack that was about knowing yourself, committing to your self knowledge, so that you can ask for what you really, truly want, and you know what that is. So we have a lot of work to do. And I feel like the messages for this week have been a lot about that time to go within, reflect internally, declutter, clean out your internal closet of all the crap, the baggage, the shit that you no longer need. It's not serving you. It's just taking up prime real estate. And it sure as hell isn't paying rent to be there. So kick it out. Eviction notice. Put out your eviction notices before the end of the year. There is another full moon at the end of December. I forget what the date now, but there is another full moon. Full moons, if you've been watching, you know that full moons are really, really powerful. Full moons are really good. I want to say that this one is going to be a super moon as well. Which means it's a prime time, absolutely prime time to actively evict what no longer serves you from your energy, from your life, from your spirit, from your soul. It's a great time. Start the new year off good and clean and fresh. You know what I mean? A spiritual shower, so to speak. Get all the grime and the whatever out of there. And let's start 2021 off with a clean, fresh slate of just nothing but goodness, nothing but positivity and the possibility of abundance, you know? Let's do it, you guys. I'm ready. I'm ready to shed this year. I'm ready to evict this whole year out of my energy field. I am super ready. So you best believe that between now and when that full moon is, I'm going to be working a lot on my release list, on my eviction list, because I want 2021 to be a better year. I want it to be better for me. I want it to be better for 22nd or 24th. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Rachel. I want this coming year to be much better than it has been. Absolutely. And I want that for myself, and I want it for all of you. So let's do the work this week. Let's go within. Let's start, opening drawers and closets and cupboards and boxes and bags and whatever the hell else we got going on internally that we haven't looked at in a while. And let's start dredging it out. Make a big pile so that on the 22nd or the 24th, whenever that full moon is, I'll have that information next week. Whenever that is, we can light that shit on fire and get rid of it for good. Burn it and release it. Nobody ever said that spiritual work was going to be easy, which is why a lot of people don't do it. But I want the best for you, like I said. Marie Kondo. Yes, Marie Kondo, your mind, energy, space, heart, soul, your house, your home, your friends list, like all of it. Just start cleaning it up. Just start cleaning it up. Make room for the better things in 2021. But that's got to start now. All right, lovely people. Those are the messages for this week. I saw some new names pop up. Thank you if you're still here. Thank you for watching. I hope you join us again. We're here every Sunday at 7:30 Pacific Standard. Is it Pacific Standard Time? I don't know. West Coast time. And, if you liked what you saw, if you enjoyed the group, then please make sure to like and follow the page so you can get notified when I do go live. I am really, really hoping to have my first video podcast up in the next, probably in the next 2 weeks. There were some technical issues that came up, which delayed it a little bit, but I'm really, really hoping to have that up on my YouTube channel. These videos will be posted on my YouTube channel as well. So please. Thank you, Rachel. Please head over to YouTube if you're not usually on Facebook, or you don't want to get notifications here or whatever it is. Check it out on YouTube. I have the last 3-4 weeks, I believe, of weekly messages uploaded there. This one will be uploaded tonight on the YouTube channel as well. So you can either rewatch it here, because I do post it here, or you can watch it on the YouTube channel. YouTube channel is the same as this page, Rose Glow. But that is all I have for you guys. I hope that these messages have resonated. I hope that you've had fun being with me tonight. I thank you all again for being here. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. Please feel free to share the video to private pages, to your personal pages. I prefer not to share them to public groups. I just don't want there to be a bad energy of trolls and weird people in the group. So, but yes, definitely share with friends and family that you think would be interested. I am available for bookings. So please check out the services tab and hit that book now button to get a private session with me. And I think that is it. Oh, I don't know if you guys all saw it, but I also did post a gift, an offer, a promo, whatever you want to call it. So if you have someone who you think would like a private reading with me, you can purchase a gift certificate. I will email you the actual certificate that you can either print out or send in an email to the recipient. It will be personalized with their name, your name, and whatever reading it is that you purchase for them. If you do purchase a gift certificate for someone, I will give you $10 off of your own personal reading. So you can go ahead and book that as well. And I think that is all the business for today. So I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope you stay well and be well on your journeys. I will see you all next week. I love you so much. Thank you and good night.